I don't know if or when I'm going to be able to return to Oxford. Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, March 10th. I ended up flying home early from Oxford, and I'm gonna get into that a little later in the video, but ultimately, because of the outbreak of the coronavirus and everything, I decided to come home early and cancel my vacation, or my grandma decided to cancel our vacation rather. And so I am back home. I got home yesterday and honestly just spent the rest of the day just getting organized and hanging out with my sister, but I still have work to do for uni. I still have my essay that I have to write, so I am still in grad school academic mode, and it is currently 6:30 in the morning because I have terrible jet lag, and I've been up since 4:30 and just decided, you know what, I don't feel like I'm going to be getting any more sleep for a while, so I might as well just get up, go get a coffee, come back. I have an appointment with a client at 8, and I have a bunch of work I need to get done for my essay and other aspects of like administrative stuff. I've gotten a lot of messages recently about my consulting services, and so my website needs a whole revamp before I can open those services back up, because I've changed my rates and my package deals and all of that. So I am currently working on revamping my website to include all of those things. I have a busy couple days ahead of me. I didn't even really tell people that I'm home. You could kind of tell on my Instagram that I flew home, but I ultimately did not like put it on Facebook or anything because I need to just focus on my work. And if I put on Facebook that I'm here, then I'm worried that people are going to want to hang out and I'm going to want to hang out with them, and then I'm never going to get my work done. So that all being said, I have ordered a coffee from Phil's. I'm going to go ahead, head over there, pick it up, come back, and get to work. And then whenever I start feeling tired again, I'll let myself go back to sleep and take a nap. I just have the worst time with jet lag. And if you guys are new to my channel, I'm sorry I did not do my normal intro, but my name is Kaelyn. I'm a grad student. I'm currently getting my master's at the University of Oxford in history, and in the fall I will be starting at Yale University for my PhD, and I make academic lifestyle content all about how to access academia and higher education and my own personal experiences in academia, writing essays, publishing dissertations, etc. So that all being said, I'm gonna go ahead and go get my coffee now. Alright, so I have responded to several emails. I actually did some networking emails last week with people that I've met over the last year or so, asking if they would connect me with other people in the legal history realm and legal realm. I actually ended up having a meeting with a senior partner at a pretty big law firm in DC over winter break, and he did mention that he once had a, I guess, apprentice of sorts who worked at the firm who wanted to get into teaching legal history and now has an appointment at American University School of Law. So I reached out to him and asked if he would connect me with that professor, and he was very kind and did. I emailed the senior partner thanking him for making the connection, and then I emailed the law professor asking if he would be willing to give me 15 minutes of his time to discuss his career trajectory and his time at Yale, because he did receive his PhD at Yale. So I We'll talk a little bit more about how you end up networking in academia and other fields in a different video, but I figured I'd mention that because it's something that I have been really diligent about ever since I was in community college, making connections where and whenever I can. So that's something that's really important no matter what field you get into, and making the most of every connection that you make. I'm now waiting for my consulting appointment, and I have done a little bit of organizing. I do need to clean my room a little bit because I obviously just got back yesterday, and for some reason my flat iron's missing, and I honestly don't know where it went, because I need to just quickly flat iron my hair and put on some makeup for a video, because I am filming my video about going digital with my iPad, and so I just need to make myself presentable for that. But I'm just gonna do some cleaning. I have about an hour until my consultation and I am wide awake. Just gonna quickly clean up my room, prepare for my consultation, and figure out where my flat iron went so I can actually prepare to film this video.
It's gonna be just fine. You gotta hold on to my hand before.
Alright, so I now have my makeup on. I'm all set to go for my meetings and to film this video. Oh, I guess I should kind of discuss why I came home since I have a minute. So, two reasons. For one, I didn't want to be in a situation where I was stuck in the UK. There are multiple cases in California, in the Bay Area, and in LA, and the cases are rising in Oxford. There's now 2 reported cases at Oxford University, and so I just didn't want to be in a situation where I was stuck there all of break, whether the college went under quarantine or whether the US wouldn't let me back into San Francisco, whatever it may be. So I just didn't want to be in a situation where I couldn't leave the UK, and so we ended up canceling our vacation to Prague and to London just because we didn't want to kind of wait it out, because it seemed like things were mildly getting worse. Not that I don't buy into the like fear and anxiety about the actual virus as much as spreading it to elderly persons. And then the second aspect is that I actually have very bad asthma, and I have ever since I was a kid. So anytime I do get sick, especially with a respiratory condition, I get very ill, and I was running out of medication, my asthma medication, and here I have a full stock of it, and I have my nebulizer, and I have everything that I need in order to take care of myself in case I were to actually catch the virus. So that all being said, I ended up coming home early, and luckily I have my perfect workspace. I have my desktop computer and everything that I need right here, so everything that I have left to do for the rest of term and for my dissertation I can actually do remote. So that works out quite well, and I get to be around my family, which is very nice. And now I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up my rambling section of this video and get ready for my call, and I will check in a little while.
And roll for too long.
Alright guys, so it is a couple hours later. I edited and uploaded my video on going digital. I'm now sitting here working on my essay. There's one book that I kind of want to get into and reference, so what I think I might do is actually just sit down with the book. I have the PDF of the book on my iPad because I don't have the physical book. I ended up downloading the digital copy, so I'm going to take that, annotate it, and kind of pull that into the research that I'm doing for this particular paper. Now that I have a bit longer to work on it because it's not due till next Friday, I just want to make sure that I cover all my bases. Now that I've rambled on plenty, I'm gonna go ahead and get to work.
of the drought and the flood. Grand taste, not wealth, not too little. So we remember you're in our...
Good morning, everyone. Today is now Wednesday. And I had the worst jet lag last night. As you know, yesterday I woke up at like 4:30, and I didn't get to bed till 1 a.m. I think. But I did actually sleep pretty much the full night. I made sure that I left my phone on the other side of the room so that if I did wake up at all, I essentially wouldn't actually wake up. So that worked out quite well. So I got a good night's sleep, and then I went ahead and got some coffee at Blue Bottle, and I'm just eating breakfast at home. And I talked to my friend Zach this morning, and I've now said "and" so many times. But I am now going to begin working on my essay. So we'll see how it goes. I have a bit of it done, but I want to get at least like 3 or 4 pages written today is the goal. But we'll see how it ends up. I set the goal of like 4 or 5 pages, and it's either I end up with like 1 or I end up writing 10. So this is good practice for my dissertation and good practice for when I do my PhD. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to work and see how it goes. Alright, so it is about 3:45 and I am still working on my essay. I found an article about free black women in colonial New Orleans, which I'm currently reading to try to add a little bit more depth to my essay. So the paper I'm writing, I don't know if I've mentioned it in this particular video, but I'll go a little bit more in depth. So I'm looking at comparative systems of concubinage and interracial sex in like British and United States Upper South, so Virginia, the Carolinas, and the Gulf South, particularly looking at New Orleans under the colonial rule of France and Spain, looking at statuses of freedom and non-freedom and everything in between. And so I'm currently looking at free black women in New Orleans. I am currently just working through it. I'm currently hitting that point of just anxiety about this essay and getting it done. Mostly because I still have a week and a half to turn it in, but I would like to be done with it sooner because it's a 10,000 word essay. It's not that long, but it is also longer than a normal term paper. So I'm trying to go as in-depth as I can, and I am just really picky, and being a perfectionist does not work in my favor in this particular regard, but it does help when it does come to grading time. So you win some, you lose some. But that's the current status. I just wanted to update you guys, but I'm just going to be working away here at my desk, just enjoying the company of my books. And it's actually quite nice being home because there's a lot of books that I wish I was able to use at Oxford, and I remember looking at the library and being like, oh, it's impossible to get them out. But I have them in my own personal library, so it actually is beneficial that I had to come home early because otherwise I wouldn't have had access to this book or the rest of my library. So, okay, I've now rambled a lot, so I'm gonna go ahead and just keep working and hope I come up with something.
Tossed in like a cast.
Alright, so I reached my goal of 3 to 4 pages. I'm currently at 5 pages, which is really good. And I have a bit more to go on now, which is awesome. I am currently working on defining concubinage and looking at the debate on the definition between 2 historians, Annette Gordon Reed, who is a professor of legal history at Harvard, and one of my old professors at UCLA, Brenda Stevenson. So they have slightly differing definitions of concubinage, which I think is important to the debate. So anyway, I am just going to work a little while longer, and then what I think I'm going to do is I'm gonna go back and do a little bit of editing because I edit as I go. But once I do that, I think I'm actually gonna let myself have the night off because I've done a bit of work, and honestly, I just need to give my brain a little bit of a break. Hey everyone, so it is now Friday and I'm editing this vlog, and I just wanted to explain a couple of things if you've made it this far. So the situation with COVID-19 has definitely gotten worse, and I'm very glad I left the UK when I did. There are now 6 reported cases at the University of Oxford. So they have informed students that they should try to make arrangements to leave, or if they're international students that cannot leave, then they will give them accommodations, which is similar to the protocol of the US universities, except for going entirely online. So luckily for us students from Oxford, we have a very long break. I don't know if or when I'm going to be able to return to Oxford. Trump has initiated a travel ban, which I understand does not include the UK, and it seems like certain areas in California are definitely going on lockdown. Bay Area has been greatly affected. As such, I have been staying inside. I have not left in the last 48 hours. When I do leave, it's only to buy food, and I've been trying to buy locally when I do shop from only local Bay Area dealers, because larger corporations like Starbucks are well insulated to take care of themselves, and small businesses around here are the ones that are going to be most greatly affected. And I've just seen a lot of things over the last couple days just shutting down. And yesterday, 1, I wasn't feeling all that great, so I didn't film, and 2, I was just talking to people and had a bit of anxiety about the current situation. But like I said, I'm just glad that I came home when I did, and I'm doing everything that I can to not spread anything. So my videos as of right now will be from this room, and I hope you guys are doing okay. I hope your guys' families are safe. If you are feeling a sense of anxiety about the current situation, please feel free to reach out to me. I am always here for you guys. Right now, I'm just going to take this time to work on my essays, to figure out a contingency plan if I can't return to Oxford for Trinity term. I have contacted the principal of my college. I'm going to be contacting my supervisor, and we're just gonna figure this all out together. I hope you guys are okay, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a little all over the place and a bit rambly, but I think you guys can see this is causing a lot of stress for a lot of people, and having to try to do your work while all this is happening is definitely challenging. But I am glad that I am lucky and privileged enough to be at home right now with my family, with my books and everything. So that all being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you aren't, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye everyone.
You started with hello on a summer afternoon. I lost myself and everybody else when I found you.